Well, hello again on the 15th of February 23 at the home address. Sorry if I put my feet on the table. It is a coffee table, but be rest assured if anyone's coming in, I would always have it dusted down, don't worry. And I was just thinking there actually that there must be a lot of Scots this evening and feeling a lot better about life after the news that came out today. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air for Scotland, I'm sure. And a kind of double bonanza for me this week, because that's two tyrants that have been removed from my life. And I was also just thinking back, not that I'm thinking of up and down at all, because I'm not, but even just when we met up, it was quite, well, it was not a surprise actually, but because we're both very like-minded. In some respects, there's a wider divide that has developed, obviously, but the very fact that we had an agreement on COVID-19 and also the conflicts in Eastern Europe, so we both sat on the same side of the fence in these matters. And it's very difficult to find people with such like-mindedness. And even after such a... I mean, for me, it was absolutely amazing. It was just wonderful. Because I thought I was very much alone on certain thoughts, but so it was quite a delight that having met up again, we were still singing from the same song sheet, so to speak. In fact, one of someone recently contacted me to say that you have an uncanny, very miraculous kind of intuitive mind. A lot of what you've said has come to fruition. I said, well, of course. And I don't want to dig too deeply on this subject, but there has been many, many instances of me stating something which is completely the opposite of mainstream thinking, only for it to appear further down the avenue at a later date when public opinion has swung to the opposite side. So that's what I say, you should always stand your ground and always never be a sheep, never just say yes to the other person because it's convenient to agree with them. And although my opinions of up and down have changed dramatically, the emotional attachment hadn't, and that is what gave me so much difficulty in dealing with the situation. But that said and done, I'm also thinking about this damn teaching union and the strikes that are taking place. Once again, I'm sorry if I repeat myself, and I'm not even sure if I loaded anything about it because my mind's been a bit of a fizzle of late. But let me just say that having noted that the starting salary for these teachers are anywhere between 33,000 and 42,000, that's the starting salary. Now, I can't understand how if you start at a level, surely it should be a level playing field and everybody should get 33,000. So I don't understand why it's 33 to 42,000. Do you get paid more for teaching? Do you get paid more for teaching mathematics, for example, as opposed to teaching history or music. I don't know. I really don't know. But I was looking because I was thinking, what on earth are they striking for more pay for? Because, as I've already mentioned, I'm sure, if you can't live off £3,500 a month net, then you really, really need some help with your home budgeting. You've either overstretched on your mortgage, or you're living a very fanciful life in wine bars or something like that. I don't know, but I'm quite sure I could live off £3,500 a month quite easily. The situation as well, it's probably not really spoken about in the media, because no one's actually picked up on the fact that although there's 365 days in a year and these people are paid salary, I've checked, and the teaching staff are actually only in the office. They're only there for 195 days a year. 195 days out of 365. Okay, give some leeway. We don't expect them to be at the weekends, but what about the rest of the days? That's correct. They're not there, they're on holiday. The children are only in education for 190 days per year. And so one wonders why they're not geniuses when they come out of the school gates for the final time. Simply there's not enough time in the day to educate them. And if they're only there for 190 days in a year, well, half a year's lost just pissing around. The other situation is that we have something called in-service days. I wish they would enlighten us, so some freedom of information request could be made to, for the education committees to give up some of what actually happens in a in-service day. I mean, my cynical opinion is it's just a chance for the teachers to have a bit of a chinwag, cups of tea, and chatting about, their horrible pupils and their horrible parents or something. That type of thing. And but an in-service day, I mean, why on earth did they need all the children to be vacant from the school while they have this in-service day? What's going on? It must be some sort of meeting they have. Blue sky thinking day. Thinking outside the box day. That sort of kind of chat that is all too familiar in the corporate world, for example. Used to make me puke. That type of chat. But so if we take the holidays and the in-service days and the fact that they offer tea breaks mid-morning and lunch break, and start at 9 and finish at 4. Some may come in early and some may go out later. Of course they do. And homework seems to be a big excuse that they're using, that they spend an awful lot of time marking homework. And I remember teachers used to carry a big pile of jotters. You should see them leaving the school gates with their massive jotters so they could read people's English essays over the weekend or something. But most of it's actually done in class. And as I was suggesting, well, if they get a wage rise that they're wanting, 10 to 12% or more, they've been knocking back every single agreement that's been put their way. But if they get their above inflation pay rise, then basically they're saying goodbye to their jobs because there won't be enough money in the kitty to pay them. So have they thought that through? Probably not, because with no logic, because they're teaching. And as I said before, there might be some public support if they were striking because they didn't want the material that they're expected to teach the children from such a young age circulating in classrooms and all the propaganda and stuff like that. But I think that the fact that the teachers, if they sat down and said to someone independently, I've got a really tough time being a teacher. I can't live off a starting salary of £42,000 a year, and I'm only there for 195 days a year, and it doesn't include the lunch breaks or tea breaks or talking to the class about propaganda. I mean, I think they've really, really got to take a step back and say, are we being greedy and selfish? I think you are. Simply I do. I think you are being very greedy. Why don't you allow the public purse to be spent on much more needy areas? There's many needy areas. And of course you're sitting in the classroom all day long. I dare say when you go home at the weekend, you probably think to yourself, did I do a really good job this week? Most of the children in my class couldn't answer the questions. Is it because they're thick? No, it's not because the children are thick. It's because of the way you teach them.